Yes, the same Claressa Golden Gloves shields that went viral last week after going all Mortal Kombat in that Detroit lounge. Remy is finally identifying Maines and calling it what it really was: attempted murder, according to sources close to the intensive care unit. In a leaked audio confession, Remy, who is physically fighting for her life in a hospital bed, covered in bandages, beaten, and on a respirator, says, "She tried to kill me and Papoose." This is a complete crime scene with lyrics, not just a place for gossip. Please excuse me, but how did we go from a romantic triangle to life support, birthday cake, and potential criminal charges? Did Claressa really lose it and set off a chain of events that sent Remy to trauma care? Or was this all part of a bigger scheme to make sure Remy wouldn't make it out alive? If so, you should cancel your plans for the weekend, because what we're going to reveal will make you question love, loyalty, and lighthearted rivalry. The internet believed they had witnessed the worst: a flying clutch, broken heels, security cousins erecting human barricades, and Papoose clutching a cupcake as if his life depended on it. But baby, that wasn't the climax. It was only the prequel, because just 14 hours after the fight, Remy Ma was in critical condition and reportedly collapsed in the back of an Uber Black while screaming, saying she wouldn't stop until she was unable to walk again. Rome was admitted with severe internal bruises, a fractured rib, a sprained wrist, and what one nurse allegedly described as emotional trauma at level 10. Tell him that she tried to kill me, and let Claressa know that the Bronx never forgets, girl. The most ridiculous part is that Rome refused pain medication until someone brought her a microphone so she could record a voice memo that is currently making the rounds on Stan Twitter, in which Remy whispers through clenched teeth, "Tell Papoose I saw everything." It wasn't just one fight, though. Months of betrayal and behind-the-scenes sabotage turned an already fragile love triangle into a full-fledged conflict. As fans watched Papoose transition from Ray's supportive husband to Claressa's fitness expert-turned-flirt, there was a hidden layer that no one was discussing: jealousy, fame, and weaponized femininity. Remy had been suspicious for weeks, allegedly telling a close friend, who now runs a 500-follower gossip page, that Claressa wasn't just training with Papoose but was attempting to replace her completely. One insider even claims Remy had been planning to confront Claressa privately after the party, but changed her mind in the middle of the event. In addition to the deleted Instagram reel of Claressa and Papin laughing in slow motion while "You Belong With Me" plays in the background, there is the unsubstantiated but extremely juicy rumor that Remy found an unreleased song, yes, a full track, where Papoose allegedly name-drops Claressa in a bar with the lyrics, "Floating like a butterfly, but I'm down with the champ now." The altercation started when someone from the dessert table whispered, "She's sitting on your man's lap in the VIP hookah room." The public ignored the fact that during the fight, Claressa allegedly delivered a body shot so clean it left Remy gasping, and moments later, Remy fainted in the hallway before being revived by a bottle girl waving smelling salts. Security dismissed it as low blood sugar, but now doctors say the fainting spell was an indication of a serious internal injury, and Remy's team claims they have medical records proving Claressa's punch. That quickly got out of hand. Papoose has completely disappeared, leaving no posts, interviews, or even a vague lyric tweet. Claressa has denied everything, posting a boomerang of herself shadowboxing with the caption, "If I'd wanted her gone, she wouldn't have made it to the ER." That was so strong that it caused abdominal trauma consistent with the professional boxing strike. In other words, she was hit like she was in the Olympics. Shot of him leaving a Detroit Whole Foods with 2 boxes of Uncrustables and a bouquet of sunflowers. Some call it survival mode, while others say it's guilt because, according to one unverified screenshot, Remy had already told Pap, "If I go out, you go out, bronze rules." Let's talk about what happened at the hospital, because what we're hearing from inside isn't normal. Our sources claim that when she arrived, Remy said, "Because I walked in wearing these, and I'll walk back out." She wasn't the sole individual. It was someone else's idea. The idea that Remy believes the entire altercation was a setup, not just a failed romantic dispute, but a planned assault intended to cut her out of the picture forever, is gaining traction beneath all the chaos, tears, and stress. Remy whispers, "This isn't over. It wasn't just her. It was planned by someone else." This is the second shorter, trembling voice note. Thus, if this had been just a messy girl fight over a rapper who is now a motivational speaker, we would have moved on. But leaked voice notes show trauma-level injuries and hints of a planned takedown. The tea is now radioactive, and we are in the middle of a controversy. Otherwise, why would anyone want Remy so badly erased? And as the camera phones fade and the memes fade, this whole thing is starting to look more like a conspiracy than a fight. And what comes next? Then we have audio that can change everything, anonymous nurses, and leaked files. Now, several anonymous nurses have come forward, and their accounts read more like an FBI safe house than a rehab facility. One nurse, identified only as Nurse P, told a YouTube gossip channel that Remy was shaking paranoid and insisted on having her IV bag checked every 15 minutes, while another hospital employee claimed that Remy was seen writing key phrases on a napkin and mumbling, "I know who was in on it." When asked why, she allegedly replied, "They already got me once. I'm not letting them finish the job." As a result of fans attempting to enter the intensive care unit, ICU, under the false pretense of being janitors, the hospital implemented a media lockdown, which is why 3 patient monitors, 1 dinner tray, and the napkin have now vanished. The audio leak surfaced on Twitter at 2:34 a.m., and in a muted, grainy tape purportedly taken from a nurse's Apple Watch, you can hear Remy's voice saying, "Claressa didn't move like someone defending herself. That was military accuracy. The girl has received training. It's not jealousy here. This was." 10 minutes later, TikTok was overflowing with conspiracy videos, and hashtag Justice for Me was trending in 4 countries. Some even claimed that Claressa's Olympic experience had given her connections to the CIA. This was very plausible on the modern internet, but wait, it gets much more spicily twisted. The following day, another leak surfaced, this time of surveillance footage from the internal lounge. What did it reveal this time? A side view that had never been shared on social media? Just before Remy arrived, Claressa muttered something to a man wearing a hoodie. During VIP time, we were instructed to turn off our phones and keep the lights low. We mistook it for a music video. It turned out to be chaos. Are you saying that this was intentionally taped as a reality TV fight with impeccable weave? I haven't been able to identify the bartender who worked that night, but online detectives have already dubbed him the hoodie handler. He wrote in a now-deleted Facebook post that he was part of a team that was supposed to keep Claressa safe and make sure no one stopped her during the altercation. And that leads us to Papoose, the actual antagonist hiding in the shadows, who is always conveniently out of frame, which is the one thing that all of the leaks have in common, either pacing uneasily with a vape pen or hoarding snacks behind a smoke machine in a corner. According to internet investigators, the most damning leaked footage to date, a video of Papoose on the phone just before the fight began, pacing and whispering, "She better not back down," confirms what was previously only conjecture, that Papoose staged the entire incident to promote a reality show pilot. According to an anonymous former producer from a well-known network who reached out to a blogger, Pap had been shopping a concept called Queens of the Ring, Love, Loyalty, and Lace Fronts, which was marketed as a new version of Love and hip-hop with a physicality component and allegedly about 2 women in Pap's life competing for his affection. One a boxing legend, the other a rap icon. Fans are calling for Papoose to be immediately canceled because she was ambushed while supporting her lover, but she didn't realize that the entire situation might have been staged because no one gave her the script. The published response to a popular tweet with over 250,000 followers read, "He fumbled 2 legends and turned it into content. It has been cruel. This man is Zeus Network, and he has a thesaurus." Let's talk numbers. A blurry photo of Remy's wounds was shared by a cousin's infant. Mama, after 4.2 million views, Claressa deleted I'm Still Standing. Papooses' Spotify streaming dropped 38% overnight, and the Instagram story was shared 37,000 times. When Mixtapes Go Too Far 1 is a fan-made YouTube documentary. This is why I keep my man in the group chat only. After Cardi B posted a meme of Remy in a medical gown and boxing shorts, Keith Palmer said live on Instagram. If you see him outside, no, he didn't. The post received 1 million views in just 6 hours, and we haven't even discussed the celebrities' reactions yet. I choreograph fight scenes that are less intense than that lounge footage. Even Tiana Taylor tweeted, gloves in the caption, still not the one to play with. Claressa's representative released a statement stating that her team has received a notice of intent to sue for aggravated assault, emotional damage, and medical expenses totaling over $250,000. Baby lawyers are no longer involved in the online debate over who should control the legal profession. Miss Shields acted in self-defense and regrets that it escalated, but if pressed, she will respond with legal clarity and Olympic-level documentation. Ray's team is getting ready to request a comprehensive investigation, citing deliberate injury and negligent setup. What happens if the lawsuit becomes a criminal case? That leads us to our next question. Claressa could face actual jail time if the state of Michigan determines that her punch constituted a deadly weapon because of her employment status. It's not just a case of a celebrity dispute gone too far or a smack on the wrist. Remy is still in the hospital, has threatened to reveal names in court, and is unable to walk without assistance. You already knew that this story was far from over because what's going to happen will completely change the course of events. The Detroit Police Department revealed that they had started a thorough investigation into the incident within hours of the revelation that Claressa Shields may face felony charges for assault with a deadly weapon, which presumably includes fists when you're a two-time Olympic champion. According to people familiar with the investigation, the FBI wants to know whether the entire incident was staged and whether Remy's injuries are considered intentional bodily harm with commercial intent. This brawl may be considered felony assault and wire fraud if it was staged for reality TV and participants were not told of this. This is because there were allegedly sponsorship funds involved. Let's discuss the unforeseen repercussions, as Remy Ma has canceled all of her forthcoming engagements, delayed a significant podcast agreement, and called off her planned comeback to daytime television following the altercation. Shields is devastated by the unintended consequences of this unfortunate altercation. We are fully cooperating with investigators and are confident the truth will emerge. Claressa's team is back fiddling in the meantime. According to reports, a well-known sportswear company has put a halt to their Claressa-themed campaign. Her next book tour has been canceled. Netflix's illusion about her life has been placed on indefinite pause. Another fitness brand has discreetly removed her profile from their ambassador website, and athlete conduct regulations are still being reviewed. According to reports, the producers of the syndicated panel program, Lip Blockedword, were too anxious to move on with an on-air personality who would be subject to court evidence and public sympathy fatigue. Despite being in the middle of all of this craziness, Poost is doing really well. According to rumors, they have received bids for reality TV projects from Tubi and Zeus Network. He's the perfect combination of uncertainty and chaos, according to one exit, and he could sell a concert with a stressed-out cupcake and a look. The world is starting to piece things together, and what they're seeing doesn't appear like a man stuck in the middle, so fans aren't buying it. Even as Papoose hides behind ambiguous tweets and 3A and Instagram live with the comments turned off. He appears to have lighted the match and observed the flames from the VIP area. After he was spotted at a secret meeting with VH1 producers in New York, even Fat Joe, who first advocated for cultural unity, has suddenly ceased speaking. Damage control and potential spin-off ideas from a fight that took a woman to the hospital were discussed at the conference, according to an insider. In addition, Ray recently filed a formal court application for a temporary restraining order against Claressa Shields, claiming that there was an obvious and immediate risk to her safety and mental health. Additionally, her legal team referred to Another recording was leaked, as if the mess couldn't get much worse. This wasn't a fight. This was a message. Remy allegedly wrote in a voicemail to her lawyer saying, "They wanted me quiet. They wanted me help, but I'm not done." Fans lost it. TikTok converted it into a sound, and Twitter turned it into a slogan. Within hours, they were trending, appearing on bootleg t-shirts, and being remixed into a freestyle by some up-and-coming Bronx rapper Mookie Wave. You can't make this stuff up. Back at the hospital, Remy allegedly hired 24-hour security, and she's not letting any unapproved workers in her room. A Michigan state senator openly characterized the incident as a warning about the need for clear ethical boundaries in entertainment venues and the effect that unapproved celebrity behavior can have on YM fans. This was followed by an emergency town hall in Detroit, where the issue was what to do when love triangles get violent in VIP areas. No cameras, but tell them I'm not finished yet. I still have things to say, she reportedly replied in response to a nurse who questioned if she wanted to speak to the media. Just when it looked like things were about to settle down, Papoose released a freestyle, 1-minute and 40-second series of passive-aggressive lyrics recorded in what looked like a gloomy studio apartment. Translation: this is only known by fans. The last bar, "You say I broke you, but I gave you the beat. Now you hate the melody and blame the heat," had everyone talking. The lines were, "Too many queens, one throne / I just wanted peace. Now I'm all alone." Ray's cousin liked the tweet that read, "This is why she snapped," and they are claiming it was unapologetic, with the exception of an enigmatic tweet that read, "I'm trained to take hits, not lies. God sees all." Claressa has been relatively quiet lately. The 37,000 retweets were quickly interpreted by Twitter detectives as passive pettiness and a PR-coded confession. According to legal experts, if either woman files criminal complaints, the matter may proceed to a public trial. If she testifies, Remy appears eager to maim everyone. Producers, venue employees, and most likely even label executives set her up. There are even rumors that she may write a book called The Hook, The Lie, and The Lace Front. Yes, publishing houses are already contacting her. But what do we get out of that? What about a world-class boxer under investigation, a legendary rapper in rehabilitation, a man with mixtapes and regrets hidden behind cryptic bars, and a fan base divided into factions, hashtags, and endless thread wars? This is no longer just a story, it's a pop cultural earthquake. While Ray hasn't finished and Claressa hasn't cringed, Papoose is somewhere writing his next apology poem and hoping his Amazon Prime docuseries is still picked up. Now that the dust has settled, we have one injured hip-hop legend, one seemingly unconcerned Olympic murderer, and a confused Tim who is attempting to avoid accountability and legal action by freestyling. We were asked where this whole thing ends. Was Remy the victim of a planned takedown, or did her anger finally blow up after being pushed to the limit for months? We don't yet know the answers, but you know who might. Please use the comment section to express your thoughts. Do you think Ray's voice notes are genuine? Was Claressa behaving improperly, or was she in the wrong spotlight? Should Papoose be barred from organizing any events for the next decade? Is he the genius behind this whole reality show gone awry? Or is he just a quiet bystander with too many side projects? First and foremost, is this romantic triangle a lawsuit or a full-fledged hip-hop horror tale dressed in hospital gowns and high heels? The drama never stops, the falsehoods are more severe, and the tea is hotter in this gossip spill atmosphere, as you are already aware. Kindly hit the bell harder than Claressa ducks that designer clutch, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. We want your fury, receipts, memes, and hypotheses. You can be sure that when the next bombshell comes out, we'll be here to break it down, messy as ever, because this tale is far from over.